is one real reason why we've come here and why we've taken this action, and this is why it is. It's our daughter who is missing and who deserves justice for a fair search. The laws of a democracy are there to protect the vulnerable in society, and our daughter is vulnerable, our twins are vulnerable. Given what you have heard in court over the days of this trial, we want to appeal to the Portuguese people again to come forward with any information that may lead us to help finding Madeleine, or any other information that might be related to Madeleine's abduction. The number here is 800 814 024.
800 814 028.
Thank you.
Tell us about these criminal proceedings that you've started.
Can't comment on that if you speak to
But do you
Bill
think that
Clark.
the PJ is not investigating important leads that could help you to find Madeleine?
I think you heard Detective Paiva's testimony, and that speaks for itself. There's one thesis that's been investigated here more than any other that hasn't come up with any evidence, and the important thing is that there's an innocent child missing, and that search must go on. We would very much like the whole process reviewed. We'd like all the information held by all law enforcement to be put together and systematically reviewed and identified areas for further investigation.
We were said that that notice that the PJ received had inclusively photos from Madeleine, or eventually from some child.
Who do you want to do that review?
The most well-qualified people capable of doing it.
Mrs. McCann, how difficult has this trial been for you?
It's obviously been difficult to hear all these allegations again, but it is reassuring once again for it to be demonstrated publicly that there is no evidence that Madeleine's come to any harm. And we really do want to ask the Portuguese people, continue to ask them, please help us. There's a little girl still missing, regardless of what Mr. Amar and his followers say, and they have their own motives. The little girl is still missing, and we know that people care about children. Please help them.
You're asking Portuguese people to come forward. What do you have to say if they ask you, why are you not reopening the case?
It's not easy going through with it, but it helps.
We'd be delighted if the case was reopened. We have no problem with that, but what we need is real investigation.
Did you already do anything?
Not dismissal.
Take any step to reopen the case?
We have sent information through the authorities, both in England and through the PJ here. It's the prosecutor's decision when to reopen the case.
Did you get a reply then?
What we need is, and this is very, very clear, what we need is new leads, new information. We believe information has not gone into the inquiry, and we want it all systematically examined under one review panel.
Gerry, would you want that be the British police? We want a British review panel.
A reconstruction. If you volunteer to do a reconstruction, wouldn't that open the case?
We want to create information that will lead to us helping find
That
Madeleine.
would help Madeleine.
Well,
What do you think so?
If it does, then we will participate in it. We need.
You're in Lisbon. You could take that step today. Ask for the case to be reopened, and do a reconstruction with your friends.
We'd be more than happy for the case to be reopened.
To clarify you talk about this review, it's quite interesting. Is that something you would want the British police to do, a review of the entire thing?
We'll take whoever is prepared to do it and whoever's got the most expertise, and obviously we want the Portuguese and the British authorities to cooperate in such a review. We'll take whoever
ask the Portuguese people to come forward.
expertise, and obviously we want the Portuguese and the British authorities to cooperate in such a review.
Do you believe that legal
Portuguese people to come
A renewed
forward.
plea. Don't know when new information is going to come forward. There are many cases, as you know, of children who have been missing for years who have subsequently been discovered, and it's when that piece of information falls into place that the children are found. And if people believe unnecessarily that Madeleine's dead without any evidence, then we'll never find her.
I think those cases are still
that after
open.
this court that public opinion in Portugal will change?
It depends what your question really relates to. It's not a popularity contest. It's about finding Madeleine.
But you claim that the finding of Madeleine has been damaged with all this Gonçalo Moral thesis. What I'm asking you, if this decision will be something like you wish that happened, do you think that after that, after this step, it will be better for you?
I think it'll be a step in the right direction. It's about Madeleine. It's not about us. It's about this girl. She's missing. She needs to be found, and we are doing everything in our power to aid that search.
So have you formally asked anyone to start a review?
We're happy to ask now.
But before today, is it something you've formally asked
We're
anybody?
asking behind the scenes all the time, many different things. Of course we want all the information reviewed. It's sensible. It would be done in any other major inquiry. There is a situation we've been advised with in Portugal, but we want the information reviewed. We want it. It's an unsolved case. It's really important. You would expect that. There is a little girl missing. We must find her. We must do everything in our power. Just because it's hard doesn't mean we give up. We're not going to give up.
Why not doing the work of Why?
Isabel Duarte told to the court that she felt you were under a judgment these days. Do you still feel, or did you feel that today you were under a judgment?
What's important is the judge's decision. I think that is the objectivity of it, not biased opinion. Evidence has to be looked at objectively. There is no evidence Madeleine's dead. As
When
far
you
as
say
we're
that
concerned, she's still out there.
someone who accepts that there was an abduction is also biased, it's just one side of the question.
Obviously, all possibilities have to be considered, and they were considered. One was pursued much more aggressively than any other lead. But we weren't there on our own. We weren't in isolation. There were many, many people around us. There are many different witnesses that seem to get forgotten about, and only negative testimony seems
But that
to...
is part of life, isn't it? There's always someone who has a different opinion.
We're here, we're standing here in front of you, we're visible, the abductor is not. We need to find that
Yes, the
person
abductor
and
is
those that
not.
are responsible.
What
That
evidence
is
do
it.
you have that there was an abduction? Can I ask this question? Because you say that Amaral doesn't have...
I know more than you do. I know
I'm not
what I
saying
saw.
that
Where-
I don't know
you know,
anything.
the
I'm
bottom-
just standing from a point of view where I
Where
don't know
is
who
the-
to believe. I
Where
just
is-
want
where is-
evidence,
where
like
is
you
the-
say.
Where is the child? We're looking for that evidence. Where is the child? What other explanation can explain how she's not here?
Other people have
Do you agree it
advanced
shouldn't be ruled out?
other explanations.
Okay. Any other
Isn't it?
questions
That's why
before
we're
we go?
here.
Because we've got a flight to catch. Thank
Just
you.
remember there's a
Are you
little
planning to
girl
come on
missing. We need
next
everybody's
Gerry,
help.
do you want to just hold that?
No.
No? Why not? If you
I can't. I've got work commitments.
Do you want to just
How
hold
many
that up?
legal actions are you planning to put
If you
in
speak
Portugal?
to Isabel, she'll take all her advice from Isabel
Gerry, do you want
regarding
to just
further
hold the
actions.
poster up?
Thank you.
Tantas quantas forem necessárias.
Foi um bocadinho
Are you taking it on me?
conseguir posicionar.
You show it this way, directly.
Obrigada.
Jerry, what's your next step then?
Please, this way in the middle, please.
Please.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mrs. McCann, are you expecting to come next week? Your husband can't. I've got no plans to come.
What will we do if the judge forwards the complaint and asks for the reopening of the case?
If you don't
Thank
mind.
you.
Perguntas sobre os processos, é